Hi there, this is Dalila with Sahaja's Living, where we talk about everything health and wellness for women 40 and beyond. And today I'd like to talk to you, or tonight, I'd like to talk to you about gratitude. And I know I've talked about gratitude a few times before, but it is so very important when it comes to your happiness and your joy in life. So I've had a couple of situations, but one in particular that really hit home and humbled me. When I first got here to North Carolina, I was very grateful that I was able to stay in my mother's home, in her lovely home, in a nice neighborhood, not to be worried about violence or robberies or people running through the neighborhood with loud music and just a whole bunch of riffraff. And so I was very grateful for that. And I was grateful that I could come here and uh, do DoorDash while I looked for a job. And after a while, doing DoorDash, looking for jobs, I found myself complaining, reflecting on it, complaining on how far I had to drive, delivering DoorDash, getting the wrong directions to a place, how long it took to wait for the food, on and on and on. I found myself complaining. And so God had to set me straight. The first thing that happened is what I had a little fender bender in the parking lot where I was parking to go get some food for DoorDash. And I just lightly scraped the bumper of a car, which blew my mind because that has never happened to me before, where, you know, any little slight anything happening when it came to parking my car. I mean, you just park your car, something you do all the time, right? And I was just so hurt that this happened to me. And then on top of that, insult to injury, um, they wanted to do a claim for rubbing up against the bumper, which increased my car insurance. And at the time, I was and am separated from my husband. But he said that he would pay my car note. Well, he didn't, and I think it had something to do with the fact that I had, that fender bender in the parking lot. So I was talking to the financial institution who had my car and telling them that I didn't have a regular job. I was just doing DoorDash and that I needed, some consideration as far as making payments on my car. Well, I guess they did all the considering they needed to, and they took my car back. So now I had no income, still hadn't gotten a job, and it took 4 months before I finally got a job. So God needed to humble me on my complaining when I had all these blessings surrounding me. The next thing, I just recently, after I said that would never happen to me again, I would never not be grateful and show my gratitude daily, giving praises to God for all my abundance. Well, last week, I recognized that I was grumbling. I was complaining about this pain, this not working right. My car was acting up. I got another car since then. My the amount of money I had to pay for dental to go to the dentist, just things were happening, and I was like, "Oh no, no, you will not complain." I had to reel it back in. God had to bring that to my attention, and then Mother's Day came, And I had a good Mother's Day, but then I had a little something going on that wasn't so good that kind of made me sad, you know. And the next day happened and went to work and still kind of in my feelings about not receiving a message from one of my children. And so I laid down on the bed and rested, and there was the doorbell. The doorbell rang, and the guy said, flowers for, Delila and for my mom. And I was like, what? I'm like, oh God, you're so good. I needed that so much. My sons had sent some flowers to me and to my mom. So that really perked me up and really brought things back into perspective for me. And I was just reading something on Instagram, and it said 10 signs you're doing well in life. 10 things that you definitely should be grateful for. You have a roof over your head. You ate today. You have a good heart. You wish good for others. You have clean water. Someone cares for you. You strive to be better. You have clean clothes. You have a dream. You are breathing. So let's remember to be grateful for everything, the good and the not so good, because you might get something at your front door that changes everything and brings gratitude and joy back into your life. Oh, I forgot one of the very important things I was going to tell you. Today, I thought I had to resign myself to my one of my children, just being wild and reckless and just caring about themselves and not caring enough for others. Today, my child put God first, and he got baptized today with his fiance. She got baptized with him. And I am just over the moon. I am just so happy. Oh, I'm so happy because I had to pray long and hard for my child. And I'm just so very grateful to God for his mercy, his blessings, and his grace. I am full. I am so full. So remember the little things, the big things, and the not so nice things, or happy things, happy times. Be grateful. Be grateful in every moment. Think about that. Notice it. Catch it. Be grateful. Until next time, peace and love.